20 sets before you come to beam.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out how to stay ready, how to warm up, trying to judge how long it is between one routine and another. Because you're never always second on any given rotation. Sometimes you're first, sometimes you're fifth, sometimes you're eighth. Here's John Roethlisberger.
And rings has become the great equalizer in men's gymnastics. They are so strict on evaluating the positions, the exact positions of the strength parts. If you're not very strong, you can really post a low number on this event.
John said the only good thing that came out of his injury was the fact that he was able to train all the upper body events so much more.
And that is exactly right on this event. Big swing combination right here, very difficult. A little bit under. But once again, that is what John does so well. Doesn't give up, hangs on to it.
Sticks the landing.
And he sticks the landing. Yeah, that's going to be very, very competitive. He has all the components he needs. His strength parts are low enough. He does this very difficult sequence in a row, in combination. Gives him up to 6/10 of a point. Probably won't get that last 10th because he bent his arms on that swing to a handstand. But that's a very strong routine for John.
Sister Marie was a gymnast. Dad was a gymnast. It's in their blood, and he gets a 9.587. Getting a little better every step of the way today. Back to the leader, Marian Dragulescu, a 9.45, 9.425. Consistency, the name of his game today.
He's only been a national team member at the senior level for 2 years now.
And that actually you're not allowed to do. Give the gymnast a little bit of swing before. Most coaches try to disguise that a little bit. And you see how he starts the position a little bit higher and then lowers down. That's a deduction.
The rings are supposed to stay still.
I mean, this he's good on rings, but he definitely opens the door in a lot of places. Even the handstand position, a little funky looking, you know. You could take a deduction if you really wanted to.
Tim, I love that strict analysis. A little funky looking.
I think that's in the code of points. Page 4,722. Just the dismount remaining here. Big step on the landing. This is definitely his weakest event.
But as you said, a couple of funky moments.
Double laid out somersault right here. A little bit piked in the beginning and actually pulls his toes down at the end too much, takes that step backwards.
And the score for the leader, Marian Dragulescu, a 9.262, the lowest of the 3 scores he's received so far. So he's at the halfway point. The women are too. Elise Ray, the leader, being pushed by Alana Slater of Australia. They are heading to the balance beam. We'll be back in a moment. Earlier this month, Tasha Schwikert and Elise Ray competing here today. They joined Dominique Moceanu at Bella Caroli's training camp. Log on to NBCOlympics.com to hear from Dominique on how she's planning to get back to the top in time for Sydney. That's NBCOlympics.com, the story behind the performance. And now Tasha Schwikert on the uneven bars. She was a last-minute insertion in Las Vegas. Here she is again in the Visa American Cup Series. And she had a little parental episode, didn't she?
Well, you know, she was on national television, did very well gymnastically, and gave her parents a little bit of a hard time after that. So they grounded her from gymnastic practice for a day.
Get a little different strut, I guess, there for a day.
It's done a great deal for her confidence. In fact, the last time she was at this competition in Las Vegas, she had only completed 1 full bar routine before the event, and she has come, I must say, such a long way in the last 3 weeks.
Oh, almost sticks it. Mom and Dad are just trying to keep her grounded. If they can do that between now and Sydney, who knows?
8. Yes, very nice.
Because she can get there, I'll tell you. powerful enough, has all those qualities that
it's
you
just
need.
the experience. Needs lots of experience.
And she's really coming on strong.
Now John Macready.
Yeah, he has got a long way to go to catch up to his teammate John Roethlisberger to advance into the Visa American Cup.
A little bit of shy of hitting that position there.
And really, this is remarkable. John had shoulder surgery. It really giving him a lot of problems. Kind of a little bit of a step back there. Like he meant to do that. I don't know.
It's too bad. It looked like he nailed it.
Yeah, I don't.
You know, his goals are very similar to John Roethlisberger. He just wants another shot at trying to win a medal for this team, and he said he had to rely on a lot of journals that he had written in the past to try to help motivate him again.
And then I thought, I'm like, I didn't quite have it down.
Yeah, talking about stepping back. I think he made reference to how the girls land some of their dismounts off. I think that's what they were talking about there.
Very nice score on the uneven bars for Tasha Schwikert, 9.45. That'll nudge Elise Ray just a little bit. And now Inha Skarupa of Ukraine. Ukrainian team had some visa problems in the ironic Visa American Cup's first event, but they've gotten that settled, and Inha Skarupa was able to come into the United States.
She was part of the 4th place team at the World Championships in China. Ooh.
And part of a team that, in my opinion, is one of the most dominant teams in the world on a specific event. The Ukrainians just tremendous on uneven bars. She actually struggled a little bit in this exercise. A little bit funny look in the air there on that dismount.
Watched her all week in practice, and she did not perform one full routine from start to finish.
Back to John Macready. And ouch, he gets an 8.687. Now Jordan Jovtchev, 26, from Bulgaria, now works, trains, and teaches with Bart Connor in Norman, Oklahoma.
And you're not going to see anything anywhere near an 8.6 from this guy.
He really came here expecting to win the competition, and he said, Tim, he's been struck with the flu bug, so he's only had a week of training.
And that's your 84 Olympic mate, Bart Connor, actually helping him mount the rings.
There he is. Watch this. Pushes up from a Maltese to a planche. He lands a little bit high, but then gets right into that position, and look at that. This guy's got muscles in his sweat.
3rd all around at the World Championships, just ahead of Blaine Wilson.
Come on.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wouldn't know he had a week off.
And there's Bart. I taught him everything he knows.
We joked a little bit with Bart at last year's American Cup. He said, well, I've really just shown up to help lift him up to the bars.
Watch this dismount, though. Beautiful full twisting double layout somersault, but look at that position in the air. Really nice, and then kaboom.
Yeah,
Stick that landing.
he's a contender for Sydney.
He's a contender today to make the American Cup if he can finish top 3. Let's go back and get Inha Skarupa's score. Yeah, there it is. Very solid, 9.55 on the uneven bars.